Get chilled with Patriot Ice. We are located at 171 South Frontage Road, 775-727-6561.
On October 21st, it was reported that more Israeli airstrikes that were conducted had hit several residential buildings. 7 people were killed in the airstrike and 40 others were left wounded, according to survivors. The airstrike, which occurred near a UN school, prompted a rushed and panicked rescue effort by medics. Later that same day, Israel had released a statement stating that they are going to increase the number of attacks. Rear Admiral Daniel Hagari stated to reporters that, "We will deepen our attacks to minimize the dangers to our forces in the next stages of the war. We are going to increase the attacks from today." When asked about the looming ground assault, Hagari stated that the military was currently trying to create optimal conditions beforehand. He also once again called for residents of Gaza to head south for their safety, where bombings and airstrikes were reported to still be hitting. Meanwhile, Palestinian Americans and others with dual citizenship tried to escape the war on that same day, October 21st. However, despite embassies asking citizens to stand ready at the border, none were able to leave despite having their passports at the ready, which reportedly occurred the 5th time that week. On October 23rd, Emily Enger Mehl, the Minister of Justice in Norway, stated that the country was willing to assist in a possible investigation of alleged war crimes from the Israel Hamas war. She stated that, "War crimes are never acceptable. Those guilty of any crimes must be held accountable. If we receive a request to contribute to an investigation, we are prepared to provide resources quickly, regardless of who is behind it. The international community must come together to protect fundamental principles in a war." Also reported on October 23rd, the U.S. had advised a delay in the ground offensive in Gaza, believing that it could allow more time for the U.S. to work with its partners for the release of more hostages, according to an anonymous U.S. official. The official stated as well that due to the country of Qatar's help, Hamas released the 2 captives we reported on last week, Judith and Natalie Renan. However, the official stated that arranging the release of just 2 out of the over 222 people taken hostage took longer to come together than folks really realize. Protests around the world have been spreading as well as of late, calling for a ceasefire in the war. The death toll in the war was reported to now be over 4,600, which includes an estimate of approximately 1,900 children. 14,000 others are reported to be wounded at the very least, according to the Palestinian Ministry of Health in Gaza. 1.4 million people have also been displaced due to the war, according to the United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs. Protests sparked in the States as well, in New York and the Capitol building. Many have seen the videos of Palestinians holding on to their now lifeless loved ones, especially the young. The videos of babies bleeding from their head, crying in pain, as they don't even understand the war that's causing them such pain. In Capitol Hill, approximately 300 were arrested for their ceasefire protests. Dressed in black shirts, which read, "Jews say ceasefire now," and "Not in our name," the activists held banners that read, "Ceasefire and let Gaza live." The U.S. Capitol Police stated that, "We warned the protesters to stop demonstrating, and when they did not comply, we began arresting them." U.S. Capitol Police gave an early estimate stating that about 300 demonstrators were arrested. While approximately 300 were arrested, reports from police have stated that there could be more arrested as protests continue.